while the wife is doing her hair. The reason I call it that is that I had Thomas Kinsella's selected poems from Donald Press in my pocket. And while Brenda was across the street with Monsieur Coco, I was contemplating Mr. Kinsella in the brasserie. What am I doing here? Reading Kinsella in the brasserie while the wife is doing her hair. Later I'll mosey to Montmartre and join the poets in Place de Tat. And then maybe I'll go to Shaft and take a photo of the glass. Will I say a prayer? I'm reading Kinsella in the brasserie while the wife is doing her hair. I turn the pages absently, reading Kinsella in the brasserie. In my head, a dream of whores. I'll ravish them, they'll ravish me. Reading Kinsella in the brasserie while the wife is doing her hair. And every day I sip cold beer, turning pages sitting here, framed again in the window pane while the wife is doing her hair. The Servius smiling seems to say to me, why are you alone in the brasserie? Oh, I tell her I don't care. I'd buy her a beer and a burgundy and I wouldn't be alone in the brasserie. Perhaps we'd go upstairs. But I'm reading Kinsella in the brasserie while the wife is doing her hair. Thanks very much. One of my very first poems. Now, just in case you think that Brenda and myself are always at loggerheads like that, this is one called Garden, which is a poem for Brenda. The metaphor for it is digging the garden and harvesting produce from the garden. And that's really all I have to say, but it's garden for Brenda. I'm comparing our love to a person tending a garden very early in the relationship. We were a garden dug by eager hands. Weeds were swept by shovels underground. Brown earth, blackened and split by winter, was picked to a skeleton by starving birds. Spring surprised us with a yelp of daisies, defiant as a terrier guarding his home ground. We planted seed in the cleft of drills, slimy with earthworms. Today I picked the first fruit of our garden. Bloody with earth I offered it to you. You washed it and anointed it. We ate it like viaticum. In the eating of pith and seed, I loved you. That's for Brenda. This one is called a game of 41. 41 is a game of cards. Some people play it as 31, some people play it as 25, some people play it as 45, but it's basically the same. It's basically the same game of cards. And it goes back to the 1970s when 10 pence was as much as people could afford to spend on a game of cards. And Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael at the time were bringing in a Special Powers Act to counteract terrorism in the country. And here I was back in Moyvane. I'd been teaching in Avoca in 1972 to 74, and in Limerick City in Cardavan in 1974 to 75, and back in 1975 in Moyvane, and trying to fit into my own village, and discovering that it takes 6 people to play a game of 41, 3 twos, 3 partners, 3 twos, and invariably I'd be in the pub and there would be 5 people wanting to play cards, and I'd be number 6 and didn't particularly want to play cards. And of course there's a phrase in English which means play your cards, which means do the right thing, and I didn't always want to do the right thing. It's called a game of 41. Tonight it's 41. Pay to your right, 10p a man. Doubles a jink and play your hand. If you're an egg, we'll turn you. Yes, tonight it's 41. A table for 6, any pub in town. Follow suit and stand you round. If you're an egg, we'll turn you. Tonight it's 41. And tomorrow in the Dáil, Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil debate their bill. 'Cause on the television they're talking of revision, an extension of detention and extra special powers. So we sit here, hour by hour, getting drunk on special power. A game of cards at night now costs more and more and more. And you trump hard on the table, and you pay up when you're able. If you don't, then you're in trouble. It's worse than to renege. Oh, it's always 41, play your cards at work at home. Even sitting on a bar stool they won't let you alone. Yes, it's always 41 and I'm really in the dumps, for the horse mouth at my elbow has just led the ace of trumps, and I'm playing 41 and wishing there was some other way of spending a lifetime in this town. But the poet and the priest, Beauty and the Beast, must all sit down together and cut this common deck, and there is no bill or Bible but the verdict of the table and the argument of players to dispute the point of rule. So tonight it's 41, and tomorrow, next week, next month, and I'm out if I suggest another rule. That's the end, 41.